major concerns has been is the rewriting of the history books in our schools. And you speak about, I learned about Booker T. Washington and admired him so when I was in elementary school, back in the Dark Ages.
Right.
And so wouldn't we need to also begin to put back in our history books the relevant people, the people that have really made a difference, and the wars, and explain about why they occurred. My dad has taught me all my life.
Right.
If you don't learn why we have a war, you're going to have another.
That's exactly right.
If you don't learn from past experience and teach the coming generations those things, you'll repeat that mistake or you'll have that problem again. And some of the problems, I think, in our society is that the NEA or whoever it is has allowed the history books to be rewritten to promote hatred.
One of the reasons that, you know, I don't like the whole Common Core concept. I think education should be local, and so that, because you have a much greater interest in making sure that your kids get educated and get educated the right way. And when we have a national program of education, the temptation for indoctrination is much too great. And that's the last thing we need. And you know, you look at some of these Common Core programs and what they're trying to teach our kids. You know, the Constitution spells out quite specifically what the duties of the government are. And it says everything else inures to the states. It doesn't say anything about education. So, you know, we need to get back to the Constitution the way that it should be done. You know, people have grown inappropriately skeptical of states, you know, because of what happened 50 years ago, 60 years ago with states' rights and Mississippi and all that kind of stuff. You know what? That's the past. We can't let those ghosts haunt us and keep us from letting our Constitution work the way that it's supposed to. You know, the kinds of things that happened in the past were because of ignorance. You know, that kind of ignorance has been obliterated. And we need to be thinking about a completely different thing. We have those who will beat you over the head forever about slavery, about Japanese internment camps, you know, about anything that we ever did that was bad. They never talk about the good stuff. This is the most benign superpower the world has ever known. This is the most generous nation the world has ever known. They never talk about that. They just talk about our mistakes. I don't know of any society anywhere at any time that didn't make mistakes. Not a society that's inhabited by people, because people are not perfect. But we can learn, and that's the sign of intelligence.
Undercurrent under the surface makes the mainstream get so nervous. It's time for purpose, for news to serve us, not with propaganda they use to hurt